Did I miss it? Is it too late to protect myself? If I buy gold and silver right now, am I buying at a peak and it's just going to go down and I'm going to lose everything? In this video, I'm going to try to answer those questions to the best of my ability. This video is also another in the series that I started yesterday of wake-up call videos. It's very important, but first I've got to take some very, very important detours and show you what is going on right now. And I'm really hoping that you will take some action and help to save the world. Now, first, I stumbled across this picture. It is NATO's 75th anniversary. So they're celebrating 75 years of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And this is a picture, and I can't believe, this picture has sort of been removed. I did another search for this type of picture, and I suppose that you can still find it. But in the browser the search engine that I was using, this really doesn't appear anymore. This is from last month in July that they turned 75. And so this is the organization, but I'm looking at this room and the layout, and it was eerily similar to something I had seen in my youth. Back in the 60s, there was some war room like this. And this is the picture of that war room with that big round table and all these military men around it. And then I realized, it was Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, featuring Peter Sellers as Dr. Strangelove, Peter Sellers as Colonel Mandrake, Peter Sellers as President Mufflin, with George C. Scott as General Buck Turgidson, and featuring Slim Pickens as Major King Kong. I think this is hilarious. Nuclear warhead, handle with care. Dear John, and hi there. And this was Slim Pickens. And my favorite part of the movie was him riding a nuclear missile down to a Russian military site on the way. And so now we're going to go from fiction, fantasy and fiction, to nonfiction and see what's happening today. Ukraine claims first ever fighter jet strike on Russian territory. This is from June 10th. Oh, that's old. How did that get in there? 3 to 4 months until the big bang. That's my estimate too. Listen to the president of Serbia and his frank assessment of the situation in the Ukraine. And I want you to, everybody should listen to this whole thing. They should play the whole thing. It is an excellent video, and he really has a good analysis, and he's got a concern for the future of all of humanity. And, it could be that we never get to the election this year. People really have to take action right now, and this includes all of you. This Russian state television shows the countries in Europe that will be hit with nuclear weapons in case the war escalates. And so this is already on Russian television. And I'd like you to I'll play this without sound. So watch this video and look at these are NATO countries that Russia has already targeted, and that their response, if they start to lose this war, these are the countries that are going to be, that they feel that they are at war with. And their response, they've got this little sliver of land here right on this sea, and those countries, and then look at this. So this is attacking Great Britain, with the exception of Ireland. They're not on the list. So if you're in Great Britain, you may want to take a vacation, an extended vacation in Ireland. But look at the words at the end here, that Britain, at its most vulnerable, basically all it takes is 3 missiles to cause the civilization to collapse. Bam! This is really, really important. Everybody needs to be paying attention to this. Now, ignorance is the root and stem of all evil. Piers Morgan has received totally 100% real and accurate lesson in geopolitical history from Jeffrey Sachs. This is a transcript of the video, but I urge everybody to please, please, please watch this video, understand what's going on. Then Putin issues ominous nuclear triad expansion warning. This is from June 21st. Update: Russia has destroyed every Ukrainian airfield and airbase capable of hosting NATO jet fighters. NATO said they will operate their Ukrainian deployed fighter jets out of Poland and Romania. So already, Poland and Romania are part of this war. None will be stationed or flying off of a Ukrainian base. And that was back June 27th. And so I'm progressing through the dates here. Israel says all-out war imminent. So here we're in the Middle East. This is becoming global. Wait until the end. There's more. Imminent after Hezbollah rocket slams into a soccer field, 30 casualties. The trigger for World War III just arrived. What are the implications for Americans? Now, I need to take a little detour here, so I'm going to get back to this in just a moment. But I'm going to be appearing, come and see me, at the Limitless Financial Freedom Expo in Dallas, Texas, August 29th through 31st. And if you use discount code Maloney10, MALONEY10, you'll get a 10% discount on general admission or VIP admission. And, I'll be there. We can talk. I'll sign your book. If you've got a book, bring it. I'll sign it. There will be some books there for sale and everything. But I'm going to be there the end of this month in Dallas. So getting back to the subject, Iran says it must punish Israel. Begins clearing airspace. Biden to hold Situation Room meetings. Putin top defense officials. Now, this is August 5th. So I'm recording this on the 6th. So this is yesterday. Putin's top defense officials are in Tehran, so Iran, amid countdown to 0 hour. These should be alarming. They're trying to do clickbait. They're trying to make these headlines alarming, but they should be. This is important. The world for the past several months or a year has been minutes away from full-scale nuclear war, and everybody is sleepwalking into this. Iraq base housing American forces comes under brief rocket attack. So now Iran and the U.S. are actually at war. They fired missiles at American soldiers. North Korea's. So now we've got the entire world. We've got Russia and the Ukraine. We've got Israel and Iran. And now we've got North and South Korea. North Korea's Kim oversees transfer of 250 ballistic missile launchers to the border. North Korea has moved some 250 new tactical ballistic missile launchers to its heavily militarized border with South Korea, in its latest attempt at saber-rattling and in a warning message to Seoul over its ongoing close military cooperation with the United States. Close military cooperation with the United States. This is another, basically like NATO, but this isn't North Atlantic. This is in the Pacific. And so the reason that he is doing this is because of our ties with South Korea. This is really important. You've got to look at all of this and analyze it from a lot of different perspectives and then take some action. North Korea just held a party to celebrate, whoopee, 250 nuclear-capable missile launchers. Each launcher carries 4 missiles. That's 1,000 new missiles, not counting reloads. So basically, North Korea has stationed right on their border enough weapons to completely annihilate South Korea. Now, I want to suggest to everybody watching this, it's on Netflix, Turning Point, The Bomb and the Cold War. And what you're going to get is an education going all the way back to before the development of the atomic bomb and the nuclear bomb. So this is an education, and it's very, very well balanced. And I'm very surprised that something came out of Hollywood that is not tilted all the way toward one political party. This is very well balanced. There are a few times they get toward one political point of view, but then they come right back to facts and a very balanced approach. It isn't really until they get all the way there. You're going to start back in the 30s, and you're going to get all the way up to almost today, and you're going to learn a lot about why this is all happening. And to be fully informed is the best way to help to prevent a horrible outcome. And we all want to be working toward that. This takes you up to today, and it really doesn't get slanted toward one side or the other until you get toward today. But even then, it's very, very accurate, and it comes back to center. Now, I still want to ask everybody, if you want to know what the result of all of this, if we are still here, what the result of all of this is going to be, buy my book. And so I want to get into, is it too late to buy gold and silver? Well, the last video was about the stock market meltdown that has been happening. And yes, yesterday we had a bounce. It's called a dead cat bounce, most likely. I do believe that this is the top, and this will start going back down again. But then the Fed will step in, and they'll cut interest rates, and Wall Street will go, party! And you'll see another big dead cat bounce, and then that will fail, depending on what the geopolitical news is, what the news is in the economy. Something is going to go wrong. We've got all of these bubbles, and those bubbles are starting to burst. And as things go wrong, the stock market will continue its descent. And so, is it too late to buy gold? Well, look at gold. The stock market took that huge tumble. Gold is showing its resilience. It is protecting you. And then, it's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against crisis. It's a hedge against catastrophe. And so then silver. Silver did get a little bit of liquidation and went down, but it's still in a good spot. And this just makes it a super bargain compared to gold. I have to repeat, here is a great chart from Brian and Carolyn that sent this through on Twitter. Hey, Mike, did you or anyone you know see this? It was silver. It happened in the overnight trading last night. This vanished, though. So this was taken, all of the people, the companies that generate the feeds for this chart corrected this, or maybe it was an exchange that corrected it, the commodities exchange or something. But it went up and then, into the mid-high 30s, and then a minute later falls back down. And so, back to the previous price where it had been falling for the past several months, past few months here. And so moving on, I showed this graph yesterday. The S&P 500 since the beginning of gold's bull market back in 1999, when it was $253 an ounce, 254 there, but somewhere right around there, 253. And so that's the beginning. So this century, gold and silver have been the number one performing asset other than cryptos. Cryptos started from zero. So it's really, if you go from zero to one, that's an infinite gain. You can't really measure that in a percentage gain. It's infinite. Anyway, gold up 850%. The stock market up less than 300%. But what's important here is, did I miss the top? Is it too late? Am I buying at a high? And what you see here, I've seen this over and over again. right here, when I was making appearances with Robert Kiyosaki and speaking to audiences from 5,000 people up to 30,000 people at the Los Angeles Convention Center. That's more people in one convention than most commentators on precious metals have spoken to in their entire lifetimes. So right here, people are going, is it too late? Did I miss it? And then, and so that was at about, I think, $650 or something. What's it say? 711 there at the peak. And then right here, so now we have 977. It did touch 1,000 there. And people are going, did I miss it? Is it too late? And they thought so because it went down. But I was using this dip. I pretty much doubled my position, almost doubled, not quite, my position in silver right there at this bottom. And with silver, it went down into the 8s. And so my average buy-in down there was about $11. And then I heard the same thing here, and I heard the same thing here. Is it too late? Well, if you are smart enough to be a short-term trader and not a long-term investor, it was too late because we had this decade long, and this was excruciating. I suffered through it. I have perseverance. I have faith. I know what the fundamentals are behind this, and I just stuck with it. And I used this for more accumulation as the prices were down here. I did not give up. I knew what the destiny was. And then when gold hit $1,900 an ounce up here, so let's see what that price is. Let me see if I can get, there we go, $2,000 an ounce. Is it too late? Did I miss it? And they're asking the same thing today at $2,400 an ounce. Is it too late? Did I miss it? Well, no. Gold has had a long time since this 2011 high when it was in a little bit overbought territory. It's had a long time for this consolidation and pause. All the while, there was this massive expansion of the currency supply. There's inflation. There's all this stuff going wrong. So all of this chaos times a financial crisis that you can see is headed right toward us. Watch my last video. That financial crisis is coming, I guarantee you, and when it does, it's going to be multiplied by all of the chaos that we are seeing. And what you're going to see is this little flat area here is basically gold building a launch pad. And this is just the beginning. No, you did not miss anything because you ain't seen nothing yet. So when you're laughing at World War III memes and you start to wonder why the sun is coming out at 9 p.m., I hate to be morose, but this is something that we all need to do something about. I'm going to show you somebody that actually did make a difference. One person actually saved the world. His name was Stanislav Petrov. His birthday is coming up on September 7th. So you might want to celebrate the fact that you and all of your friends and relatives are alive, because World War III should have happened in 1983, and we came minutes from the annihilation of most of humanity. And this man, one person, actually did save the world. He was part of he was a lieutenant colonel in the Soviet Air Defense Forces, and their alarm system, their air defense system, triggered and showed that the U.S. was attacking Russia with nuclear warheads, and his orders, his job, was to launch a full-scale military, nuclear war, attack the United States. And what he did was he used his head. He thought for himself, and he defied his orders, and he was grilled, he was punished for defying his orders and preventing the annihilation of humanity because he used his own head. So it's time to celebrate Stanislav Petrov for preventing World War III on September 26, 1983, and he died in 2017 at age 77. So In just a little while, I want to say happy birthday, and I'm going to be making sure that I celebrate his birthday because this one man made a difference. You are here, your families are here, your children are here because of him and him alone. So what I want to say here is that you can make a difference. Protect yourself with gold and silver, but more than that, write some letters, send some emails, get involved. Get these insane politicians to stop talking war and trying to outmaneuver one another and start talking about peace. I want to thank you for watching. Protect yourself, and we'll see you at Limitless at the end of the month. Thanks.